Well, Steve, you had a bit of a setback last week, but is that how you look at it? Is a setback, move on and forget
Well,
about
sincerely hope so. We haven't had many of them like that, but yeah, I mean, we had an awful result. There's no hiding place from it. We had an awful start. It's how we react to it, and that's exactly what I've been saying for long enough now, for weeks. That's what the championship is, and how you respond, and hopefully we can respond in the right manner.
that? What was the reasons behind it? Have you
Well,
got
we
any
made
ideas?
mistakes. There was a good goal for the first one, but certainly we didn't pick up from a corner from the third one. We didn't, we didn't make enough challenges for the second one. And as I've said repeatedly, if you make mistakes at this level, then you get punished. And over the past few weeks, few months, we've done remarkably well. We're not giving much away, and we have to get back that way to get ourselves back on track again.
I suppose we all look at league tables and we're guilty perhaps of thinking that's going to be an easier game, but I mean Bolton had Premier League players, didn't they? So that's another factor.
Well, if you look at the results continuously in the Championship, then it doesn't go by form. I think that's the beauty of it. There's this much in the whole division, as far as I'm concerned. It's the ones who make least mistakes, the ones who can be consistent, are the ones who will get success, and that's obviously got to be our aim.
And Birmingham City, another side as well, a massive club who's been in the Premier League not so long ago. Had a better spell, haven't they, recently?
Yeah, they've done well of late. I think they've lost only one in the last 8. They've got some good players. When you look through the nucleus of the side, they've got some good players who were all playing in the Premier League a couple of years ago. So it won't be easy. But then again, you can't predict any game in the Championship to be easy. Any given day, anybody can beat anybody.
Why do you think they've had it tougher this year? I mean, last season they were competitive and they were pushing for
Well, they've had. When you're looking from afar, it's difficult to analyse. Certainly, when there's no stability at the top of you, no matter who the manager is, it becomes very, very difficult. And they've had some tough times, and it's sad for me to see the club the way it is, because I was there nearly 7 years as a manager and 2 as a player. But there's no stability above you, and the club just meanders into a mess in the finish. And I hope the Bonds bounce back of it, but not after this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Your focus right now, obviously, on Hull City and
Correct.
Success. You've got 12 to go. What's been your message? Because you have won promotions, you know what it takes to win. What do you say to the players at this stage of the season?
Well, I think the most important thing is to try and enjoy the challenge. If we can enjoy the challenge of it, that helps. Of course, you only enjoy it if you get a few results. We've got 12 games to go. We're in there with 4 or 5 teams, maybe 6, have all got a chance. To be given that opportunity, if somebody asked me 34 games ago, I'd have snatched your hands off with it, because we were 40-1 outsiders at the start of the season. So we've made a fist of it, was what we've asked, and hopefully we can be at the shake-up at the right time.
And your home form's been a key factor behind your success so far. So
well, we had 3 last week at home and managed to win them all. That's going to be key to it. I would have thought your home form. We've got 6 at home. Can we go and win the next couple? That would set us up very, very nicely.
You've got a squad of players as well that should be able to deal with kind of all sort of eventualities. You've added to that with George Boyd as well. What will he bring to the mix?
Well, I think the versatility of George is main. He's a very, very good footballer who's played in this division for years now, and to do what he did for Peterborough takes a really special player, and we're delighted we've brought him in. He just at the right time, he'll give everybody a lift, and certainly he's in line to make his debut on Saturday, his home debut. But what we've seen in training, we're very, very pleased with him.
Yeah, because you eased him in last weekend. Was that just the case? It was late in the day.
Yeah.
Give him a week.
Well, it's unfair. He only trained with us on the Friday, so he's going to be a good player for us for the next few years to come.
Yeah, and just a final thought then on, as you say, the competitive nature of this league. You look at the teams at the top end of the division. What will it take to get into those top 2 spots?
As I've said repeatedly, we can all judge who's going to be the top 6 of the Premier League. You might not get 1, 2, 3, but you're going to get the clubs over there. I don't think there'll be many punters would have said with 12 games to go, Crystal Palace, Watford and Hull are going to be competing for the top 2 spaces. And I think that is the beauty of the Championship, and that's the honesty of it, how difficult it is. So we're delighted we're one of the clubs who's performed so well. All to play for. Let's enjoy it and see where we finish.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Steve.